Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. If you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, it will be greatly appreciated. This is Larry Poteat Jr. I'm your real estate agent as well as your personal finance consultant. Today's video, we're going to focus again on the BSI challenge, which is the budgeting, saving, and investing challenge. We're going to dig deep and focus on another component when it comes to your budget. Like I said, a lot of these videos, we're going to focus on the foundation of a financial plan, which is your budget, because your budget is going to allow you to dictate and make future financial decisions. And so we focused previously on your income and then also your expenses, because that's going to define, or those are your two columns when it comes to your budget. And then we dug deeper as far as your expenses. You have fixed expenses, your rent, car note, student loans, those things that are consistent. And then you have your variable expenses as far as utility bills, things of that sort. And then you have what I call are your budget busters, those buckets that make or break your budget. That can be traveling, miscellaneous as far as Target runs. It can be eating out, groceries, gas. Those things can fluctuate, but it can be a significant rise or drop in the amount. But in today's video, we wanted to touch base again on setting goals, but defining when it comes to your expenses, defining what's remaining with those balances. So if you have a car note, if you're paying $1,000, how much is remaining on that note? Is it 50,000? Is it 100,000? We need to know so we can set that goal of paying it off. Are we going to pay it off in 5 years, in 6 years, in 4 years, or are we going to pay it off early? We need to know that total amount remaining in order to set that goal. The same thing with if you have a mortgage, instead of waiting 30 years, if you want to pay it off in 10 years or 15 years, how much is remaining left on that mortgage? We need to know that so that we can do what we have to do to set up a plan to pay that off early. Credit cards, the same thing. If we have 5 of them, what's the balances for those so that we can put that in our plan? Credit card 1, we're going to pay this off in 4 months. Our minimum amount is $50. So we know, okay, we have $50, but our budget allows us to put an extra $100 on top of that $50. So we can pay that off quicker. We can set a goal for that. Personal loans, whatever it is, we need to have as much information in our budget as possible so we can make informative decisions. That's what it's all about. We have to get away from keeping our budget, keeping numbers in our heads, because I know we can be good with numbers, but until you see it in black and white on a piece of paper, it's a totally different perspective. We have to know, okay, this is how much I'm bringing in, and we need to see that. We can think in our heads, okay, I'm bringing in 50,000, I'm bringing in 100,000, I'm bringing in $1 million. But once we see that in paper, or once we see that coming from our bank account, it's a totally different ball game. Same thing with our expenses. Oh, I know my mortgage is this amount, or I know my student loans are this amount. But when it becomes time to execute, the phrase that we tend to hear is, man, I'm making this amount and I know I have these bills, but I should have money left. I just don't know where my money is going. That's why, because we don't have it written down. Once we have it written down, then we see, okay, this is coming in. Oh, I have these bills, but those budget busters, that's killing my budget. Eating out, that's killing my budget. Or student loans, that's killing my budget. This expense is killing my budget. Okay, I need a plan of action. I need to put down the totals. I have this amount of my student loans left. I need to knock this out. This is my goal. These are my 5 goals. This is my plan of action, and I'm going to attack these goals. This budget has allowed me to pay my debt off quicker. to save, to boost up my savings account, to buy a house, to buy this car, to not worry about debt when I go on my trips. Your budget will definitely alleviate any stress when it comes to your finances. And so that's why I'm glad that you guys are on this journey with me. That's why I created this BSI challenge. It's not just a gimmick, it's real life. And it's all about learning lessons. And of course, sometimes we fall off the track, or when it comes to your budget, it's going to constantly change. This month, it may be this. Remember, the seasons change. So in the summertime, we may always be outside. And so some expenses are going to go up and then some are going to go down. Same thing in the wintertime. Some are going to go down and then others are going to go up. We travel. Certain people travel. Certain people are spenders when it comes to shopping. If it's your birthday month, you may spend more. If it's a month that you're going to travel, you may spend more. It may be other quieter months that the expenses or that the budget may look a lot better. And so that's why you have to be a stickler when it comes to your budget. You have to look at it every day or every week, at least every month. We have to be a stickler for that. And so that's why I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's not going to be fun, but it's going to be well worth it. I hope you guys are rocking with me, enjoying these videos. If you guys can like and subscribe, it will be greatly appreciated. And then also, this is interactive. If you have any cases for me, if you need any assistance, I do consultations. So feel free to click on the links below. You can set up an appointment. I have various clients and I have testimonies as well. And so, like I tell people, it's not about getting out of debt quicker, or it's not about building this quickly, because just like when we got into debt, and I'm saying we because it's me too, when you get into debt, it takes a while. So you're not going to get out of debt overnight. The same thing with building up a savings. We may have depleted our savings quickly, but we're not going to build it back up quickly. It's going to be, this is a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint. So I hope you guys will continue to stay patient, but also be accountable, do the work that's involved, because I will give assignments. I will give homework assignments. And so you guys are supposed to build on your budget and also make sure that you have your 3 to 5 goals with your budget as well. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Please comment. Like I said, it's definitely very interactive. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Have a blessed day.